Welcome to Lights, Camera, Objection. We are a troupe of amateur voice actors who are here to bring you fully voiced playthroughs of Capcom's Ace Attorney games. If this is your first experience with the Ace Attorney series, we have a no spoilers policy to ensure that first-timers have the unfiltered experience. No killers or other major surprises will be revealed ahead of time. So let's meet the cast and find out who they'll be voicing in Turnabout Big Top. When I give your name, please introduce yourself with your pronouns and tell us who you'll be playing. Co-Pilot Koko.
Hey everyone, it's Koko, he, him. I'm playing Phoenix Wright.
Lizzie Shiro.
Hi, my name is Lizzie, she, her. I'm going to be playing Maya Faye for now because writers could not get to us today. I'm going to be Regina Berry and also Pearl Faye.
Yes, Olivia.
Hello, I'm Vivi the Blossom, she, her, and I will be voicing Franziska von Karma today.
Dusk.
Hello, I'm Dusk, they, them. I'm going to be voicing Max Galactica, Mo the Clown, and actually don't know if he shows up this time, but Max Galactica, Mo the Clown, and the puppet, Mr. Trilo, the puppet, and one other character who I will remain nameless for now.
Yep. Nyard.
Hey, I'm Nyard. I'm voicing Acro and Benjamin Woodman, the owner of aforementioned puppet. My pronouns are he, him, and pleased to be on the show again.
And I'm Dread Pirate Syzer. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be voicing the judge and detective Gumshoe. So, without further ado, court is now in session for Lights, Camera, Objection! Cool.
Sorry, I got confused. I'm usually last before Syzer.
I've taken to drawing out the first syllable so that people can jump in with me. So
I went and made sure to come in fast, and then you did that.
Oh, it works. It works either way. Don't worry about it too much. December 30th, 9:41 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5.
Good morning, Max.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties.
You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today.
I'm always like this before I go out in front of an audience. I'm working up to it.
Let's see who this is. Oh, there we go.
Oh my god. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk.
It's not a
What you
glass.
did with a glass of milk. Regina!
How fabulous! My sweetie pie princess.
Right. Well, dude, there's
You
a cop
came to
behind
watch my performance today.
you. Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this.
Mo said that?
So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess. You'll fly at the end?
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie isn't, I think my sweetie pie princess, doesn't.
Yeah. She doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Or even where she is?
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different. Don't you think, Nick?
Top of the morning to ya. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go?
Mo?
Top of the morning to you, governor.
Top of the morning.
That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max. I brought you a present. Have some milk. Oh, my. Thanks. So, how are you today, Wright?
Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm gonna face off against the real culprit.
You mean Acro?
Huh? You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare.
If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses.
What are you going to do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes. That's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
December 30th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. You're right there, Koko?
Yeah, I just have some allergies today.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events.
What's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime.
Order! Order! I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene, on my orders.
Ugh, poor Gumshoe.
You're telling me, pal.
Very well. Please call your witness to the stand.
Did you just hit your gavel?
Yes.
It hurt my ears a little.
Oh, sorry. I'll set it aside for now. How about that?
I don't know how it's going to be for other listeners, but...
Gotcha.
Time to get to work. Or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope.
Name and occupation.
Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat. Acrobat. At the Very Big Circus.
Where were you the night of the crime?
I was in my room that night.
If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene.
My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window.
The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Okay.
What I witnessed.
It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise outside the window. Oh, sorry. Around that time I heard a large thump noise outside the window. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
If that's the case, there's very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night.
Hold it! Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did.
Ooh, trying to shake him up.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened.
Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination.
Okay. Did we notice anything in particular just out of the gate that seems off?
I feel like we
I
can't
think it's weird.
we can't really contest like what he saw outside of his window. I think unless we can like contest that he saw Galactica from behind because of positioning or something. Maybe we can contest that he was resting in his bed at that time, but I also don't have an idea for what evidence we have there.
Yeah.
So what I think is suspicious is that he said it looked like Max Galactica. Only
Okay.
saw him from behind, but it looked like. Maybe we want to know more about that, I think.
Okay, let's have a look at that. Alright, let's press.
Hold it! The light in your room was turned off then, right?
That's true. I was going to bed after all.
So with the lights off, you were still able to see... So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window?
The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see.
That sounds like a terrible place to sleep in then.
Yeah.
Why is
But
he
honestly-
on the third floor? He's wheelchair bound.
But
Sure.
honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
Did you see any of the other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica.
The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony?
There could be because what was Max's other symbol? It was hat.
Because the hat was
roses.
left at the scene.
Silk hat, the cape, and the rose.
And the roses.
Yeah, found out the crime scene. That's true.
Oh, and the feather.
So there'd have to be two hats for someone to float up with that, unless you drop it.
I believe it's stated that we are not allowed to like press his statements, right?
Well,
let me check a
Well,
guide.
we pressed
If we have
one,
evidence.
and it
Okay.
seemed... Yeah.
And I think we have evidence here that he couldn't have seen the hat. At least not without seeing it floating down later.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wait. Did he only see Max ascending back from doing the kill, or did he see Max
Either-
descending?
Either way, it should have been impossible for him to have seen the hat on Max because we know where that hat was.
By 10 p.m.?
Yeah, there's something wrong with the.
Okay, then yeah.
Something wrong
Present the hat.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
victim was wearing the hat.
Right.
Or was it beside him? Either way, it wasn't on the...
Yeah. No, you're totally right. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
Einspruch! If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
Why do you say that?
She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction?
And present.
Take that! You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that?
What do you mean?
The silk hat.
What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window.
Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night.
That would have been quite difficult considering I'm in the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was tough enough challenge for... Well, just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me.
That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene.
That's the ringmaster's hat, right?
Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats?
No. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand.
Order! Order!
Einspruch! As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking.
Maya.
Are you okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today?
Ooh, are we just gonna accuse him outright, or are we gonna say he has a grudge against
shit.
Max?
That's real
crap.
early. But I feel like
I mean,
the grudge against Max, we don't have evidence for that.
We
But
don't.
we have
No.
evidence for the culprit thing.
Yeah. Yep.
it is
Okay.
our job as defense to, find the actual killer, so...
Yeah.
That's true, and that's what Phoenix said. He said, I think I'm going up against the real culprit today, so let's do this. Yeah, accuse him.
Yeah.
Acro's the real culprit. Your Honor. On this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself.
On this occasion,
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry.
No, we were going to accuse him of thievery.
Mr. Wright, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor.
I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. I thought I was going to make fun of him.
I mean, calling him a clown wouldn't be like that out of the bar part.
He is a clown.
Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by his theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary.
That's not the
You know,
defense you think
Franziska,
it
that
is.
can be a sign that this stuff doesn't really mean anything.
That's not a
Fucking bad.
good defense, Franziska.
He is staying rather calm and collected, despite the hummingbirds pecking at my face.
Mr. Dingling.
It's like
Go ahead.
it's like with elephants and other big animals. Like the small birds pick bugs out of his thick, strong skin, so
Mainly
that
hippos.
he's healthier.
Yeah.
Look, I can't get over his actual name, Mr. Dingling.
Yeah.
Who?
Who's
Who's at fault for that?
Do anybody ever hear the Ringling Brothers Circus? I think that's supposed to be like
course.
that. Yeah. Anyway,
Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
I pledge the fifth. Now, everyone take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
That's true.
I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things.
See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
she's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man.
Phoenix is a poopy head.
See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You are a poopy head. If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well.
I don't think you need to get that documentation.
I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice?
Money the monkey, of course.
No, I don't think Acro did. He did it himself.
Yeah.
Honestly, this guy looks so strong. Like, can't he walk on his arms at this point?
I mean, how else is he gonna
I
get
mean-
in a wheelchair?
You have to be able to do that a little bit. Like, well, not have to be, but there's a lot of levels of mobility, but you would expect an acrobat with a ton of upper arm strength to. Who knows though? Who knows what happens when you're not working for a while?
Do the murder still, because then he's walking with his arms. He can't do killing
Also,
with his
that flashback
arms.
picture
Oh yeah, true.
does not help. The flashback picture that we see of him in bed doesn't make any sense to me because of his legs.
Yeah, we'll have to see, but yeah, I don't think he had an accomplice though, because
Yeah, like who could it even be?
exactly. Too many people have
Like,
alibis.
who doesn't have an alibi at that point? Like,
Exactly.
There's this whole other story of all of them being on the ground floor seeing Max.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
It would probably be Money the Monkey, but he's not.
right,
So
right.
I would say he didn't.
Yeah.
He did it in some other way. Because with preparation, you can do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Von Karma.
What?
You're not gonna sucker me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
Order! Order! What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
All right, then let's do it.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, if this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling?
Oh, he was in his room.
Yeah. all he had to do was drop a thing. Probably.
Take that! He was obviously here the entire time.
That's Acro's room?
See, I was suspecting that we were going to prove that he's not wheelchair bound, but doesn't look like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
no,
gonna.
we actually do that in another game. Funny enough.
Gotcha.
Oh God.
I'm just gonna say one thing real quick. Typically, when it comes to wheelchair etiquette, you want to use the term wheelchair user instead of wheelchair bound. So.
Okay.
Just a thing. Just a thing to consider. Okay.
Good to know.
Yep.
Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster.
What? Are you nuts?
What say you, Mr. Dingling?
It's an interesting theory.
That's it.
Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it.
All right.
I love this man.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
as the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer.
You've got a point.
Please don't tell me we gotta make up some kind of Rube Goldberg machine.
Funny how you say that. That's actually a different game by the same team.
Yeah.
It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime.
That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he?
But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly.
Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright?
What is it?
I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume.
How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet.
Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here.
She's right. I can't mess up here. I gotta give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room, no doubt about it.
Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright.
What?
Lovely how there's only 2 points of penalty here, even though
I know.
Maya said, like, we can't afford to get this wrong.
I mean, we have to present, obviously.
Yeah, you got
Yeah, but wait.
And I think, like, how do you kill someone if the only thing you have is your room's window, right?
Well,
You throw something.
you throw something, but the problem is... Oh, wait. Yeah, let's look at our photos. Do we have another photo?
Do you have a photo of the bust that was like...
Yes, exactly.
There we go.
Yes, it's the photo of the bust.
I think
Yeah,
There
yep.
it is.
Max was flying.
I think we're not. This is one not to present quite yet because we didn't know where that was at the scene of the crime.
That's true. Where is the bus? Where was it?
We
Do you know
don't
where
know
it was?
where the bus is
It's taken
currently.
from cafeteria. before the
Cafeteria.
Yeah, before
It was taken from the cafeteria before the crime, so
Yeah,
it's
so
missing.
where is it?
But it's at
Mm-hmm.
Monkey.
I think this is...
How would money carry this bust?
Isn't he like an orangutan?
No, he's not.
He's just a monkey.
He's just a monkey?
Chimpanzee, I think.
It's just
Oh.
He's a monkey.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a...
monkey.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
like a species term, just monkey? I thought that was just...
Well, because there's monkeys and then there's like apes. And like if you're an ape, you usually have like way more strength than a human. Like an orangutan could possibly carry a bust, but like a little monkey is not gonna...
Yeah, like
Yeah.
even a chimpanzee, which is
doubt.
like really small, could easily like, rip you to shreds if it wanted to.
Yeah. Chimpanzee is like the Machop of the real world.
Chimpanzees are scary as hell. So.
They are.
Okay, so... Alright. So can we not present evidence yet then? If we can't present the
I feel
bust...
like we're stuck.
I feel like we should present the evidence. We should present the
I think we
bust.
should present the box or the picture of the box. I think we should present the box
Why the box?
because that we could suggest that was used to like clonk him on the head.
But he was
laying
carrying the
on top
box.
of it.
That's true.
The ringmaster had the box.
Do we know that
yeah.
like the ringmaster was carrying that box there
Yes.
or something like that? I see.
Yes,
Otherwise, we could at least
because...
talk about like, hey, how did it get there? Was the ringmaster lured to this spot specifically? Because
Yeah. With the information we have now, Acro would have to have like a grappling hook on the rope to then take the box from the guy and swing it back at him like some
that
kind
does
of
sound like acrobat shit.
sadistic crane game.
Or maybe we can just present the autopsy report and say that it's possible that he could have had blunt force trauma to the back of the head.
It might be too vague, though.
I vote bust.
Yeah, let's go for bust.
I think we gotta bust or bust,
Okay.
I'm going to present some evidence.
Oh no, he's non-specific. Oh, I see.
So what did Mr.
Yes.
Dingling use to commit the crime of murder against Russell Berry?
Oh, see, the way he asked the question now, when we get to the screen, is what did he use? So yeah, okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Take that!
What's that?
A picture. Hey, well done, everybody. I think that was correct.
Mm-hmm. It is indeed. The problem is with the items shown in the picture.
The bust?
It's quite a large bust, and it is because it is life-sized. It is also very, very heavy.
Heavy.
Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. See? See? This is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust.
Heyo.
God damn.
It's back.
The crowd, literally the crowd head snickering at that. Like, good. This game's crazy.
Order! Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster?
A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
Einspruch! How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible.
Objection! Well, Acro is an acrobat.
He could swallow a baseball bat.
He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bus. See, this is what I love about these games, is that all the things that are going through our head end up being the things that Phoenix says. You know what I mean? Like, we were talking about the upper body strength, we were talking about all that stuff, and then sometimes Phoenix will actually say the thing you're thinking of, and it'll work out in that way, as opposed to sometimes where it's like, oh, I wish Phoenix knew what I was thinking, you know?
Yeah.
Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges?
Well,
Acro's at a loss for words.
He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. You can't run away from things as much as— Ow!
I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony, you say?
Von Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time.
There is a misspelling there. Arouse.
Where? Oh, arouse. That's so true.
Wow.
Okay, so right at this moment, can I ask for a quick break before we get to the second testimony?
Yeah, we sure can.
It's torture.
I
got
Yes.
a centottle, those
Nice.
roly ones, and I just started, like, it was like 30 seconds after I ate a sandwich, and I'm like, what the hell? Okay, hi?
Yeah. The promoted outbreaks for the Pikachu line right now are also insane in that game. That
God,
was
there's outbreaks again.
yes, but they're really good. Like the boosted odds are actually kind of crazy. When you add them with sandwich, it's like I think it's like half of Masuda odds, or like 2 times as good as Masuda odds.
The Masuda method, it never worked for me. I have an armada of EVs. Literally like 8 boxes worth of EVs because I tried doing the Masuda method in X and Y.
Yep.
And I had like a Spanish Eevee and a Japanese Eevee. Surely that would get me a shiny, right? No.
It does
would
take a lot of it takes a lot of eggs. Yeah, that's
I'm
about
imagining.
it.
See, I'm imagining you in front of like the Pepe Sylvia board, just saying the phrase, "I got boxes full of EVs."
I got boxes full of them. Take them. They have baton pass.
Chuckles in the chat asked, do you guys recommend playing Pokemon Emerald more than the other Pokemons?
Yes.
Ooh.
More than the other Pokemons is an interesting question there.
I played
It's definitely
Emerald
one of
like
the better
16
ones.
times.
It's definitely one of the better ones of the retail games. I would say, if you want to experience Hoenn, yeah, I'd say if you want to experience Hoenn, the best experience is probably Emerald. If you want like something that's, if you want something with like more production values, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire,
Yeah.
there is no reason to play Ruby and Sapphire, the originals.
Yeah.
Not anymore, I don't think.
Right,
I
I'm
think
back.
the
Sorry for
best
the break.
remakes so far are really
Well-
Soul Silver and Heart Gold because I can't
Yeah.
believe that they actively like looked at the second gen just like how do we make this even better?
True. All right. Okay, Nyard's back.
Go ahead and
They
take
also
your
had-
Go ahead.
No, sorry, I was just like, they also had accelerated Silver's transition by having him wear more closer fitting clothing.
Oh,
Sorry.
my Lanta.
This
I
is
have-
my hello, random. Hi, sorry, I'm making random headcanons for no reason. Continue.
It worked on me.
Don't get me started on Pokemon headcanons. We'll be here forever. Okay, anyway. Okay.
You got
Okay.
an objection.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Okay. Objection! There's absolutely no need for such testimony.
Einspruch! The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. Prosecution.
The defense's objection is overruled.
Why can't he see things my way once in a while?
Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him.
I don't know why she keeps talking for the witness.
Thank you.
That woman will sink to any low to win a case.
Though honestly, I kind of feel like she might be in the right a little bit on this one.
I mean, like, look, she's not her father. Let's give her that.
Yeah. Acro's physical state.
I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him. Don't you think?
Oh, I know the answer to this. It's going to be having to do with the note that was sent.
Let us maybe... I interrupted you, but I wanted to say, maybe don't say it immediately. We're still thinking.
Okay, fair enough.
I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony.
It was... It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on this matter, Mr. Wright?
I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination.
He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really.
I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. See, this is the thing that Phoenix is mad about, is that he's... she's making him look bad by choosing to cross-examine him. It's like, okay, well, like, listen, this is what we're here to do.
Yeah, that's true.
I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. Okay.
This is just true. We don't need to press this.
Yeah, I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat and only my legs were injured. Okay. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible.
Can't you do like one after the other?
Right.
You stretch your... maybe you even put your arms on the windowsill. You lift yourself up a little bit out of your chair. Look where the head is. And then know where to drop the bust. But maybe I'm like on the wrong track that they don't want you to think on.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we want to. I want to press this one.
That makes sense,
Yeah. Hold it! Why do you say it would be impossible?
Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window, right? Thus, there's no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head.
Well, I suppose you've got a point.
Maya.
Hey, Nick.
Huh?
What if you turned things around? Maybe if you think sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust.
That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow that Acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. The birds told him.
Cross-examine the birds.
I mean,
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
Wally!
I think I've already explained things sufficiently.
Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think?
No, I think.
Unrealistic? Yes. True? Possibly.
Yeah, what if he just risked it for the biscuit?
That's, yeah.
Here's my theory. The box. He goes over to look in the box, and then once Acro hears him open the box, he drops the bust.
But it was locked.
I mean, the inside of the box wasn't really important.
Maybe he was just... maybe he had the key and tried to open it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
hear
yeah.
that.
Okay, true.
Well, how did the box end up there anyways? Do we know anything about this box still? There was only... What was it?
There was
this pepper, right?
Just a straight up pepper shaker, yep.
Don't we have a picture of the murder?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the box has been there. Yeah, like he's right over the box.
Oh, I
That
just
box could have been
realized
placed
something.
deliberately.
I just realized something. The box had one thing in it when
Pepper
it was
shaker.
found,
Yeah.
which is a pepper shaker. The pepper shaker could only come out of one room. Read the pepper shaker description. Oh, never mind. I thought it said
cafeteria,
something.
though, right?
Exactly. And the only other thing that came out of the cafeteria was the bust. So I think the theory that originally the bust was in the box at some point could be true.
Maybe there's also the idea that the ringmaster was able to open the box, got to the pepper shaker, didn't know what was in it, and would open it and sneeze.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally see what you're saying. Okay.
Now
This
the
makes it
thing is
impossible.
happening that always happens with Ace Attorney, which is where you figure out some super elaborate way the crime has been committed, but you still gotta walk through like 20 fucking presentations,
Yeah.
cross-examination steps to allow Phoenix to say it.
Yep, true.
Let's
Phoenix
press
is not
this.
as smart as us.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold it! Why do you say it would be impossible again?
Allow me to explain.
Oh, okay. We already did this one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Feels familiar.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Maya.
I'm so proud of Maya.
Yeah, come on. Turnabout Big Top. We haven't turned about yet, so it's time to turn about.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. This is the one I wanted to press. Okay.
Oh!
Oh.
Okay, yes. Hold it! If all you had to do was drop it, then it wouldn't have been a problem at all.
If all I had to do was drop it, you're right. I could have done that. However, there's no way that I could land a direct hit on the ringmaster's head.
So that kind of makes your theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright?
Acro is strong enough to lift up the bust.
The main problem is how he could have aimed for the ringmaster's head.
I wonder if he used some kind of tool to aim for the ringmaster.
That's the ticket, Nick. Show them what you've got.
I have to be careful. I have to find something that fits perfectly with the case.
I don't remember us finding any sort of tool. But maybe we overlooked something.
Okay, so what do we think?
The last statement?
Okay.
That's the thing we're talking about with the tool.
Yeah.
I think we present the pepper shaker.
I think that's too fast. I think we should present the box on the previous thing
Yeah.
as like a way to know the location.
Okay.
Okay.
Objection!
Ooh, good job.
Nice. Acro. You didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you?
What are you driving at, Mr. Wright?
You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add.
Einspruch! Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence?
But I did such a good job hinting.
Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright.
Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box.
The same wooden box that the victim was hunched over?
The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here?
Who?
When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime.
I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense.
The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear.
You mean...
If the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box...
There would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim.
No!
Order! 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 This is unbelievable!
Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Forward.
So the next question I have is, who placed the wooden box at the scene?
It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ah!
Allow me to whip some sense into you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box.
That's why the box was so specially made.
Specially made?
Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. The contents of the box.
Nah, it's the weight.
The weight of the... Oh, okay, yeah, the weight.
Said he couldn't, easily lift it up.
Yeah.
That's why Franziska said, oh, you're lifting up the box, even though it's completely unnecessary.
Right. The box has a remarkable weight.
Weight?
According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds.
Just to lift up this wooden box would have required...
Oh, I see. One would have to squat down and lift it with their body, wouldn't you say?
That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large.
The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it?
That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place.
Fool!
Does he even bother to listen to me anymore?
I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza?
Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could have never done what he's proposing.
What?
Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust?
I remember. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria.
Then what happened to it?
I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself.
Ah, that means...
You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room?
You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bust from the cafeteria.
Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all.
All right, Mr. Wright. Let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bust from the cafeteria back to his room?
Money the monkey, obviously.
I mean...
Yeah, I have no idea.
Ooh.
Something to do
Award
with the flying
ceremony.
trick.
What'd you say?
It said something to do with Max's flying trick, I think.
I don't know. I don't think so. Let's see. Picture of the crime scene. Oh wait, map of Berry Big Circus.
That's true.
Oh.
Let's look at the
Check
map.
that again. No. The cafeteria is on a straight line, but is it like on the upper floor or something like that? That would still require shenanigans.
Yeah, this is all types of shenanigans.
And
yeah.
I think the cafeteria is on the ground floor.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, at this point, I'm still trying to think like what type of monkey Money is, because if you look at him, he does kind of look orangutanish, and I don't know if he's actually a monkey or if he's like an orangutan. And if he's an orangutan, he could definitely do this, but this is what we're not being told right now.
You know, bring it to Acro. I mean, I guess Acro could train the monkey.
Yeah. I feel like Missile the dog could have helped with this. But we don't have Missile.
Let's look at the picture once more of the cafeteria, of the bust.
Of the bust?
Yeah, of the bust. Yeah, nothing.
What do you think the cards are made out of? Like mother of pearl or something?
Yeah.
That'd be cool as hell,
A
actually.
note. Like I would have thought my idea would have been that he tricked someone or got someone to do this for him in an inconspicuous way. But like Regina couldn't carry it, and I don't know if anyone else would like do this for him without telling anyone about it.
Oh, we're gonna steal Max's bust out of the thing, put it in a box and steal it.
Oh yeah, Russell Berry would, if it seems weird.
Oh, there was no accomplice.
Yeah, right.
There was no accomplice. There was no accessory to murder. It had to be Russell Berry. It's Russell Berry's property. It's a bust of his star.
Yeah.
He probably put it in the cafeteria. It probably wasn't Max. Max knows that everyone hates him. He's not gonna be even more vain and be an asshole directly to them. I mean, he might be, but only now after all the grudges. You know what I mean? I think it was Berry. I think you're right.
Yeah, that would skip past the haha no accomplice thing because Barry died and he wouldn't be able to talk about it.
Exactly, and he can't be an accomplice to his own murder.
Or can he?
Well,
But I feel like it would.
we're getting into a deeper discussion here. So,
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to try and present Russell Berry?
I think we should. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's do it. Let's present.
Just by.
Take that!
No, that's not it.
Here is the evidence that proves how he carried it.
What do you think about this evidence, Miss Von Karma?
What do you think about this evidence, witness? I certainly didn't propose it myself.
What do you think about this evidence, Mr. Wright?
Ow!
Here's one from me, too.
How did he get away? Maya kick!
Ow, 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 ow. And here I thought the bust was the deadly weapon. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. Okay, why didn't you get an achievement for that called Maya Kick?
Yeah.
Come
That
on.
was a thing until today.
Come on, Capcom. Okay, but this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Monkey.
Just every...
It's Money the monkey.
Yeah, right?
It's gotta be.
It's the only thing that's left.
Yeah.
Okay, want to
And
try
he
it?
does gather shiny
Yes, it
objects,
looks-
and I don't think that was used yet.
Yeah.
Money the monkey just looks like a generic monkey that could be bigger than
Wait a minute.
the picture says.
The monkey was collecting a fucking tuba.
That's
He can
true.
absolutely carry this shit. Oh, all right.
Oh, we were silly.
He's a mino. He's a monkey in name only. That's an orangutan. Objection. Present. Take that.
Okay. We'll give it a go.
Take that.
Oh, that was it. Okay. A monkey?
Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring.
So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust?
Of course, he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home.
Home?
Money lives in Acro's room.
Acro's room?
Einspruch! But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. The card.
Objection! Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record.
My, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny. What a line! Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the it'd be easy for him to bring the bust back to your room.
If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
Order! Order! I said order! Miss Von Karma! Where is the bust in question at this moment?
I don't know. We are searching for it as we speak.
This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then?
Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon.
Wait. Do you mean this bust was a murder weapon purely by accident?
It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer.
Moron!
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow!
Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney.
Fraud? Flamboozled?
You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
And what is that?
You should know! You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime.
Ah!
There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now.
I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around.
When the murder occurred, there were 2 people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this, and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw?
I think it's just the bust, right?
The bust, yeah. You take the bust, you put a freaking cloak on it, looks boss, tie it to a rope, toss it out the window, kill a man, raise it back up.
I'm still confused by, the bust not leaving, a big imprint in the snow.
True.
Oh no, you are absolutely correct in that statement.
Maybe he was just so ready to yank it back up.
He had the length perfectly calculated.
Yeah, he got the tipper on the.
He's got the Omega arms.
He sweet spotted it.
Got the tip. He's playing
He's the main
Marth.
character in a difficult game about climbing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
No,
really.
Acro would be a Ryu main, I think.
He would, but he can. it's a tether,
He can play Marth sometimes.
Yeah, but yeah.
All right, let's try it.
Take that! He saw Max's. Ow!
I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question.
Objection! Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette, but he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw.
How do we prevent the cloak from falling off?
How is
The
that
sharp
possible?
cards.
Oh, I think you can tie it, right?
Yeah, you can tie it.
It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust.
His massive bust. Einspruch! What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak.
Objection! There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off of the cards on the bust's hands.
Idiot! Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust?
Why not?
It doesn't matter who put it on the bust.
Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance to this case, don't you agree?
Ugh, he caught me.
So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust?
I mean, it's Acro, right?
Yeah.
Who else was in the room? I'm more thinking about, how did he get the cloak? But we'll get to that, probably.
Yeah. Take that!
Oh, okay. Maybe not.
I wonder, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Didn't the defendant wear his cloak the entire time he was at practice? So then how did this person get a hold of the cloak?
Well,
Furthermore, how would this person have gotten the cloak onto the bust, I wonder? Because this person was not spotted at the scene.
I'm sorry. When she's so nice about telling me I'm wrong, it hurts even more. Ah!
The famous von Karma carrot and whip approach.
Was her whip always orange?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like brownish orange-ish. Put the cloak on the bust. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
think the cloak
Max.
was put there deliberately.
I think Max hung the cloak off on the bust casually.
Before he left?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
no,
when
that
it was
makes-
back when it was back in the cafeteria. He took the Hook's clothes off, put it there, then went to meet with Barry in the other room. Then Barry gets called out over there.
Do we have a
Yes.
picture
Yeah,
of
and Money of the
Max
Monkey
in
took
the room?
exactly that moment to bring the bust over. That's wild.
Well, when no one was in the cafeteria, no one could stop him from doing it. Yeah, that would actually make sense.
Okay.
Was the bus like not in there for a long time before then? I guess it wasn't.
Well, sure, but like it's the cafeteria. Like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Max put it on there.
We good with that?
Oh, no.
I trust Dusk. They're Max. They would know.
That's my theory anyway.
Maybe it was Maya. No, okay.
Maya did it.
It was
Maya
Gumshoe.
Maya did it. She's a murderer.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
Take that!
Okay. So
I
you
wonder,
guys
Mr. Phoenix.
Ooh.
Who else could it have been then?
I personally think it wasn't deliberately put on.
How did this person get a hold of the cloak? How would Max have the cloak? Of all?
Wait, this is a completely reasonable statement. I don't agree with this.
Okay, just real
Damn.
quick. We're gonna.
I'm trying to look for like.
Yeah. time
Oh
to
my
save.
god, I literally wrote the phrase "Who put the cloak?" and the first result on Google is "Who put the cloak on the bust?"
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Like,
Because apparently it's so annoying.
Von Karma
It's
Carrot
annoying.
approach.
Well, okay. So
Wait,
we're
it's
for-
annoying.
Let's think about it for a little bit before you tell us, but you do tell us before we select something.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I will do that. Yeah, I found who it is just to like.
Is it
I'll let you
Like
guys figure it
money
out.
didn't
actually
do
had a
it, so we
guy
can go to the
the
people.
whole time without saying anything.
is it Regina or the clown?
No, I don't see how that
Regina
could
was
be.
doing something else at the time. I don't know why she would want to touch like.
Right.
Question is also
and
when.
stuff. Also, Mo doesn't really deal with capes.
No capes.
Yeah.
Then, who could it even be?
I don't think it was deliberately put on the bus. That's my theory.
just ended up-
Frig.
Wait, so then the
If you look at the
ringmaster?
bust again, it's holding cards.
So it would pick up the robe that the ringmaster put on. Did he put on Max's robe leaving? Wasn't that how
Oh
the
no,
robe?
the ringmaster had a cloak on. It
Oh wait, yeah, the ringmaster was wearing the cloak.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
the ringmaster.
Oh yeah, it has to be. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of.
All right.
So Dusk, is that the answer?
That is the correct answer.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep. Makes sense.
That
It,
makes sense.
it goes
the
along
only
with
person
our...
who was at the crime scene. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Picture Max, like, what are you doing?
And I think we already had established that he was the one with the cloak on him, so, you know.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's also been a few weeks for us, so we're not going to
Yeah.
remember everything.
All right.
Okay.
Take that!
Fool! Him?
You are saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry?
That's what I'm saying.
The victim himself placed the cloak on the bus.
Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it.
Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself.
Nick, do you really have a handle on all this?
I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then, he attached that rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box.
I'm sorry if this is jumping in, but how do you let something down there, and then how do you make the rope go off the box?
Yeah, that I'm not sure.
Attach.
I don't think
Is there-
these writers are the masters of physics.
Slip knot. A slip knot,
I
maybe.
feel like there's a way. Like a circus person would know, right?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking too. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room. Clickety.
You
And
double
went
the
to
rope.
the scene.
You
And
double
went to
the
the
rope. You dangle it from the top, and then you let go of one half of the rope and pull it through. Sorry.
Okay. No, it makes sense. Of course, at the same time, The ringmaster was wearing the Of course, at the same time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trilo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim,
the cape jumped.
yeah.
They're, like I said, they're not masters of physics.
You wait a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The physics on that are not correct.
There isn't a second set of footprints, Franziska. What do you want us to do?
As much as you try. As much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be.
It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet.
Yeah, I feel like we need Adam Savage and Jamie Heineman on this one.
What?
The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust.
I think if it was animated better, I think it could be sold.
The impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls, the clown. When Moe looked out the window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the and that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro. It could have only been you.
Maya?
Acro's been playing mind games with all of us.
He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now.
So?
What now?
You've graced us with a rather long-veined tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?
Evidence?
In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip.
Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence?
And my hair spikes.
And my axe.
Maya?
Nick, they say they want evidence.
I just explained how there can only be one possible murder I just explained how there could only be one possible murder method. But there's still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account.
Yeah, if the cards grabbed the cloak, you would have seen the front face.
Unusual?
Or would you?
A contradiction, actually.
Okay then. You sat and get out of this jam.
That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case.
One thing I'm thinking of is that Acro was probably not aiming for the ringmaster with that, which was in part enabled by the fact that he couldn't see outside the window.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know the note right here. I don't think that's...
Oh.
He was trying to kill Regina.
I don't know if that's what we want to go to right now.
No, I think we need proof that this is, like, what they're asking us is basically proof that our conjecture is evident, is true. Thankfully, we have one bit of evidence that, like...
This.
Can we prove that Max can't fly?
No. That's not it.
We need.
Wait, actually, is that it? No, that's not it.
We need the lack of footprints is what proves it.
It's not it. That's not what they're asking for. I have to tell you that because we're down at the thing.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
What was found at the crime scene? That only makes sense if we describe the crime as it is.
The pepper?
Silk hat, I think.
The hat.
Oh, the hat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
got like 2 bars left. We cannot.
Yeah, sorry. I
No,
decided
it's fine. All right.
Yeah, no, it has to be the hat because
Yeah,
Why would Max leave his hat?
exactly.
Okay, here we go.
however, it could totally fall off the bus as it's being pulled off.
No, the bust
Take that!
the bust has a metal hat. The ringmaster was wearing the hat, right?
It is made out of bronze.
Yeah, the
Like
silk
hat
hat was on the
bust
ringmaster.
isn't what fell off. It was
No.
the hat on the ringmaster that fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The point is, yeah, it's why we find the hat, but we didn't find the cloak.
I see. All right. The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses.
These symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings.
Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony.
The silk hat was one, and the white roses was the other.
But the theory I just explained... No. But the theory I just presented explains all of those contradictions.
You fool! Do you ever shut up?
No.
Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's.
It could have always fallen off, but
Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Einspruch! Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
Remember what that ventriloquist said in court. He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away.
Can you do it, Nick?
Of course. I can explain all of it.
What was that?
Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Did you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust.
Order! Order! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Love a judge who's on board.
Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Well, so much for that theory.
Mr. Wright, do you mind?
What is it?
You took the time to research our circus, didn't you?
Well, yes, I did. Is there something you think I did? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't?
If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track.
Why is that?
Motive. This witness feels an incredible depth of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. We figured this one out, right? Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now.
What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster.
Acro's motive.
It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. I call the jump rope. Wow, tough crowd. This court will now take a 10-minute recess.
The judge tried.
Shit. To be continue, say.
After, do we feel like taking another break real quick?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab
Yeah.
like some water, etc.
I need a
Let me
break.
fill up my water bottle.
Perfect.
Yep. All right.
We'll do one last little stretch.
December 30th, 2:17 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I can't believe it. Acro?
Pretty shocking, isn't it?
It definitely is. I think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus. Am I that hated?
Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose.
He did?
Psst, psst. Is that, I wonder who that is.
Maybe
But
more.
I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know?
But you're not, which is kind of the reason why.
Hey,
Oh.
pal. You're gonna ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence?
Ah, Detective Gumshoe.
Ah, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways.
Now, Detective. I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little?
We've got some real tasty milk.
You still have the milk.
Gross.
How about a card trick, detective?
Well, if you insist.
Now, about that evidence you
Pick
mentioned.
a card. Any card.
What is it?
Here you go.
Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room.
Yup, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later.
Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
That's why this is all a secret.
Huh?
Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now.
You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion.
Final plans?
Uh-huh. That reminds me. I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here.
I feel like Franziska is the type to have like 15 contingency plans for like anywhere everything can go, and that's
Yeah.
why things keep
Also,
going according
yeah.
to plan. And she gets
Checks
thrown
out.
off for a little bit, but she goes back to being composed.
What did he mean by that? The very end part.
I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me.
Oh, one more thing.
Ah! Don't scare me like that!
Jump scare. It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant.
What? For me?
It's milk.
What is this running joke?
The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils.
An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me?
Is this like a lost in translation joke? I'm trying to get it.
No, it's because he's a farm boy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. How could I forget that?
All right. 2:27 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Here we go.
Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling,
Yes, Your Honor.
please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay?
Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
What?
About the ringmaster.
When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life.
You're such a thoughtful young man. Not like those other teenagers.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem.
You are absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Unlike about those punks that put the flaming poo bag on my porch. Which is why there's no real need for cross-examination, is there?
Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Of course I'll cross-examine. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness.
You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive?
Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness.
All right. I feel like we need to draw out who we are, you know? Because he keeps referring to we. So, who is we?
Oh no, he's talking about him and his brother.
Right, we know that, but they don't know that.
Oh, right.
All right, so do we want to press...
Right.
I want to press those statements. We good with that?
Sure.
Okay.
Hold it! We?
Yes, my brother Sean and I.
What? You have a brother?
How old were you when this happened, Acro?
I was 8 years old and my brother was 4.
Your parents were very cruel, weren't they?
Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us. Because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the Very Big Circus.
Oh.
Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed.
He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like.
Ow!
No crying in court. Let's keep going.
The witness may proceed with his testimony.
All right. Okay, let's just look what do the rest of these say.
I want to know about that.
Oh, okay.
What do you think, Nick?
I don't know. I think the more I cross-examine him, the worse I end up looking in the end.
You mean...
I get the feeling this cross-examination was a trap.
Yeah, Von Karma set you up again.
I do want to know about the last thing about...
Yeah, I think...
Was he just repaying the guy by being an acrobat, or was there something else?
I think we know his... I think his sole purpose in life is actually revenge. And so if we press this, maybe we'll come up with something that leads it back to Regina.
Right, he says that was my sole purpose of life.
Yeah.
Isn't anymore. We need to establish in court here that the brother died.
Mm-hmm. Hold it! Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? Ah!
How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? Or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard.
Ah! Ow! Ow!
No matter how you look at it, there's no way I can see this witness ever taking the victim's life.
Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor.
Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them.
I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk.
What do you think, Nick?
Okay, we've already done this bit.
Yeah, so we probably Can we get out of this cross-examination somehow?
Well, we can try and press the other. It might be that we have to press all of them, and once we've done that, they'll be like, okay, we can just move on from here to something else. So sound good to do.
We want to talk about the brother.
Yeah.
We haven't pressed this one yet, I think.
We have not.
We pressed the first one.
We pressed the first one and the last one. There's only 4 statements, so we'll press 2 and 3.
Hold it! How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster?
He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had.
What about other people at the circus?
This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in. So no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come to see us with a laugh and a smile.
What a beautiful story.
That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him.
Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person?
I know. He seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult.
So then how long have you been a performer?
Alright, let's press this.
Hold it! You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age?
I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dingling Berries. It's nearly a household name.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
Someone knew at Capcom.
Yeah.
They knew.
I mean, that's why it's the name.
Someone's just like, I can't pass this up.
I've even heard of them in Germany.
Deutschland.
Liar!
The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus.
You are truly a remarkable young man.
The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father.
I think that will be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely.
Exactly right, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
I would like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead?
I can't provide one, right?
Nope.
We can't.
No,
Absolutely not.
we cannot. Nick?
Yeah. I didn't even have to... Yeah. I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven.
What?
That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ah!
Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russellberry, Ringmaster.
If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right.
The end of things?
Acro. You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night.
What did you just say?
I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russellberry to begin with.
What?
Order! Order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must.
Wow.
I am on it.
Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow!
Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do this to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else?
Yep.
We know.
I think we present Regina herself, not the note.
Yes. Yeah, that is the solution.
Take that!
Regina Berry?
This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct?
Acro. You were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
We can understand, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, we can understand wanting to kill her.
Oh, yeah, oh,
Reverse,
I mean... yeah, I mean... Yeah, from Acro's perspective, I can, yeah.
Yeah, I meant in the way that that Lizzie responded to.
Oh, just like being annoying as shit. I mean, yeah.
Drown her in the toilet, Dr. Rampa style. Let's go.
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question.
Objection! He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, then all he has to say is, you're wrong. That's it.
That's it, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Enough! Mr. Wright, allow me to... Ow!
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself.
Wow.
Damn.
Damn, okay.
Huh?
Judge is also... What? Like,
Yeah.
And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now! I want to know why Acro would kill Regina Berry.
Yes, me too.
Regina not knowing crap about what's going on because she's that much of a ditz.
Yeah. I demand to see some proof.
Alright, do we have a newspaper article?
No, we have the note.
Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl.
I feel like the note is too far ahead.
Yeah.
I think we need to
No,
establish that the brother died.
It is the note. It's the note.
It's the note, okay.
Yeah.
Take that! Acro, you remember this, don't you?
That's...
It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat.
Inside the victim's tailcoat?
Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m.
So you're saying that he killed Russell Berry with that note?
Or called.
He called Russell Berry with that note?
Oh, it's funny.
Yes, but there's just one little problem.
Problem?
Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster.
You mean it wasn't for the...
That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry.
Huh?
Order! 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 Mr. Wright! This little theory of yours...
It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board.
That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note?
That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina.
That's incredible.
Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today?
Lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself.
Acro had no idea who it was. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was.
I've got it! Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza.
And that's when he let the bust fly.
That disproves the sneeze theory, because he would have figured it out from the sneeze.
True.
Hey, Nick. Isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience?
She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here.
You can't protect someone from the truth, Maya. I hope Regina can handle it.
Acro wrote this note to Regina.
Einspruch! Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas. You're so foolish you've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. That was in his voice, by the way.
Yes. What about that line?
Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer.
You just don't get it, do you?
What? What did you just say?
The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza. In place of his lovely daughter.
Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note?
The incident 6 months ago. I know all about
no
it.
idea.
Yeah, right.
What did we do last session? I don't know.
An incident occurred 6 months ago. And now I am more than happy to show this court what happened at that time.
Moron.
Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case?
It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago.
Really, Nick?
I think so.
Both of the cases so far that Franziska is the prosecutor on have people who lost their siblings in them.
Mm-hmm.
Just like she did. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is.
If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually...
Okay.
Is there something we can do to show that Regina had some power over whether the lion bites someone, or that she invited?
Seasoning bottle.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean the pepper definitely has something to do with this, but I think we need to establish Lyin in the picture.
No, sorry, it is the sneezing bottle.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep.
I know why. The lion wasn't smiling before it bit. It bit Bat. It was about to sneeze.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, it makes sense. Or
Oof, that's much darker than anything else we thought about with this pepper.
Straight up.
Okay, we ready for this? Okay, here we go.
Yep. Take that!
Achoo! 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 Achoo!
What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
You really are white. Dang.
It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for.
What do you mean?
Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside.
Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming that Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper?
Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw.
Einspruch! Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim?
Bat.
Bats.
Take that!
Who is this?
That is Acro's younger brother.
Einspruch! What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead.
Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead.
Regina, she did that to him?
Do you spend your entire life dreaming out new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Shan Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state.
Yeah, you fell into a coma.
Lyin?
Miss Regina Berry, is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her.
That's not evidence.
That really isn't.
I'm wondering about that.
So then what happened to Acro's brother?
He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident.
I see.
Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident?
Well, the real answer to this question is that it actually doesn't matter. What matters is Acro's attitude about what happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it matters what he
So we don't really need, I'm trying to remember what we actually do right now, but we don't need to accuse Regina of premeditated murder on top of everything else that's going on.
I think it
I have
was an
no
accident.
idea.
There's no health bar, so we're fine.
Yeah,
That's true.
Okay, I think I really do think it was just an accident.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because they were in love.
I don't think Regina is gonna have like a moment where she reveals that she knew more than her ditzy self.
Yeah, okay,
No.
fair.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was just an accident.
And we have nothing to prove a motive for her killing Bat.
Exactly. She loved him. I mean, they were, yeah.
Well, I don't know if we
It
know
was an
that.
accident, but that's
Yeah.
not what
Right.
matters.
Yeah.
Even if it was an accident, that doesn't mean it's not her fault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. I suppose it was truly an accident.
It's essential that a man knows when to give up, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
It's impossible to prove Miss Berry's involvement in a murder attempt, isn't it?
Ha! Instigating a lion to attack. Who ever heard of something like that? And to think that the defense claimed that this was conclusive evidence. But it still is.
Ugh. A small bottle of pepper, a lion. What's their connection?
You just brought this up earlier. Why don't you know, Phoenix?
Oh!
Phoenix.
Oh, Ah!
What's the matter, Nick?
I figured it out! Wow. It was right in front of my nose the entire time.
Yeah, who is his mentor again? Maybe we're playing as her ghost and we're making him do these things.
Mia.
The voice in his head. Yeah, exactly, Mia.
No, Mia's just screaming at him like, why are you doing this?
Mia figured it out this entire case like 2 hours ago, yeah. Okay.
She figured it out as soon as she just saw
Yeah.
like one person. She's like, yep, them.
Your Honor. Wait.
What is it?
The lion biting bat was no accident at all.
What?
You are such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
We can't all be lawyers at 13.
There is no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being.
She may not have incited the incident to attack another human being. Or rather, she may not have incited the lion to attack another human being. But Reginable is Reginable. But Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat. Pepper.
Okay.
I don't know.
Look, yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh, small quantity of pepper. There we go.
Yep.
Yep,
Remember?
there we go. Yep,
There we
yep,
go.
yep.
There we go.
Didn't even see that.
Yeah, that was given to us by Gumshoe, I believe.
No, I mean, see that there has a small quantity of pepper on it. Was it
No,
that just in
this
the
was meant-
description?
This was actually talked about earlier during the second investigation thing where
I just missed it.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, I forgot, so. Okay.
when they were like playing pranks on each other.
Yeah. Take that!
That's just a scarf.
Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct?
That's right.
And who was the one that gave this scarf to Bat?
Regina gave it to him.
Regina.
There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor.
And what might that be?
Pepper.
Pepper?
Pepper. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident. And she covered it with as much pepper as she could.
Huh?
Hey. What's with the silent treatment?
Why, Phoenix?
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal.
Don't say that.
That's what she said. All right.
But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that?
Your Honor, this is one of those questions where if I answer it at all, I give leeway to how you started the sentence. That being said, it still seems like the judge doesn't get it.
Mr. Phoenix Wright. Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling?
Smiling?
Exclamation point.
The lion was smiling?
Right before Bat was bit by the lion, for a moment, the lion's mouth changed, and it looked like he was smiling.
Lions smile?
I've never heard of them smiling. However,
Lions do sneeze. Lyin wasn't trying to bite bad at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf.
What?
You fool! I don't understand why I'm calling him a fool when I was leading him to this.
Exactly.
Like, I clearly had a moment of figuring this out myself and caring more about finding this out than about protecting Acro.
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me!
Einspruch!
What's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object. For objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, the theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened?
A joke?
Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina.
You foolish idiot.
Huh. It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves.
Are you telling me that what I said was true?
Acro.
You can't mean. Witness?
Are you confirming the defense's claim?
Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder.
What do you mean by that?
The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory.
What would that problem be?
The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I dropped Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim?
Didn't we just do this?
You mean the conclusive evidence?
The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof to be more precise.
The murder weapon.
The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, and would be.
The bust.
Nick, you gotta do something.
This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. See how things...
Work out.
Yeah.
Do we want to see how things work out?
Yeah.
For
Okay.
sure. We're not getting another investigation phase.
Yeah.
It might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but...
Well, why aren't you going to search his room?
It looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma total justice.
I guess. I figured with you, that's the least I should expect. You leave no stone unturned.
A Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday.
What did you find?
There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for.
You see, Mr. Wright. The bust wasn't in my room.
Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. We took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that.
Shit, that lines up, too, with when we saw them.
End of story.
Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this.
Why would the murder weapon be unaccounted for, even after doing a thorough investigation?
Yeah.
It looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin.
You lack critical information.
Just get him
Sorry.
disposed of?
But
Shouldn't be able to. That'd be a different charge.
but what about the scarf? What about the note?
What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now.
Ugh.
Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust. Where is it now?
It's pretending to be Max Galactica.
Where's the bust right now?
You're Phoenix Wright. You know where that bust is. I'm sure you do.
There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is?
It seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short.
Thank you for your support.
Ugh.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright.
I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness.
He's only sorry for himself.
Hold it! Where's Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. I mean case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. I just bit my tongue.
What?
We need time to do what? Ow!
Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she?
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright?
What? Are you asking me?
The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck.
Hey, wait! You can't be serious!
Acrobats always have their lives on the lines, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up till now.
Did he eat it somewhere?
Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose.
Very well. The defense may proceed.
He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon.
Walking the tightrope of logic. There's no room for a false step. Sink or swim. The only way through is forward.
The murder weapon. Where's Max's bust now?
I think it's somewhere in this courtroom.
Yep.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking courtroom
Gee.
too.
Definitely in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I am.
It's obvious. It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom.
It's obviously where?
Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all.
The witness
Who has
stand.
the evidence?
The witness stand?
Yeah.
Okay.
The stand.
It's in the.
Yup.
He's had it with
Wait.
him the whole time.
What? Okay.
Wheelchair. No one's gonna check his legs.
What? Okay. Okay.
Okay, we good with that? Okay.
Dusk.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Damn.
Acro. I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright.
Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding under thing. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding under. Oh my god, I can't talk. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket.
That's what she said.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there.
Jesus.
Would you really not be able to see it from the side through the wheels?
I don't know.
Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright.
I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it. In the only place you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap?
Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played.
You fool! How could you?
You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them.
Two of them?
Miss Franziska von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night?
Huh?
There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon? There's no way I can escape from that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma.
It all makes sense now.
I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing.
Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know, I sure couldn't.
I can't believe it. Me? Make a mistake? Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that.
It seems we've finally arrived at the truth. Acro,
Yes, Your Honor.
did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime.
Acro.
All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way.
And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper.
I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it. No matter how hard I tried.
That's when you decided to do something about Regina.
How dreadful.
So are you saying that you are a victim in all of this as well?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet.
This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself.
I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me. Again.
I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty! This court is adjourned.
.427 District Court Defendant Lobby Number 5.
Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this.
Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh?
That's a good question. And one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only at max 1,000,000 of them. Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room?
We're just thinking about Acro.
No. If you worry about people too much, you'll be like this forever, and you'll never be happy.
Huh?
Oh my god.
It's good that none of this came
Yeah,
through.
Lizzie, you just
Jeez.
fully clipped that. I didn't hear a single thing.
Damn it! I'm not doing it again.
It's okay. It's on your Audacity.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
needed that jump
She's-
for it.
She's been like this for a while now.
It's all my fault.
I can't hear you at all.
Yeah, Discord is just not letting it come through.
Oh my god, that is hilarious.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Yeah.
The upload of this is going to be so funny.
It will.
Sweetie pie.
Bad and Acro. They're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina? Mr. Wright, tell me something.
What do you want to know, Regina?
Acro says something right at the end.
I just couldn't up and leave yet.
Does that mean that Acro isn't gonna try and get his revenge on me?
Of course he is.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't
Is that
think
something
so.
you can say?
We're gonna lose our health bar if we say the top thing.
Yeah. He's not going to do that to you, Regina.
Are you sure? You're really that sure? I can believe that?
Yep. Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore.
If that's true, then I want to see some evidence.
Huh?
I want to know if you're not just making up that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge. That is such a weird sentence.
Ooh.
I mean, what else did
Ooh.
Acro mean when he said, I couldn't just up and leave yet?
Present his brother.
Oh, yeah. Is that...
Basically,
yeah.
yeah.
Right.
I think he's talking about his brother.
Yeah,
Right.
his
Because
brother
what
was
if
in a
his
coma.
brother wakes up and then
Yeah,
Acro is
What would be
gone?
the point of
Right.
him leaving, you know?
Right. Take that! Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again.
That! That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know?
Holding on onto the hope that the dead sibling isn't dead.
I never knew.
Who does this reflect?
But now that Acro's been caught... Uh-huh. I know! Oh, wait, no. I know! What? I'll do it! I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes! Until he opens his eyes and then until he can meet Acro again.
That's so sweet of you, Regina.
I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat.
Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind.
Hey, Max. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee, and I'll rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, No one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen.
The very best circus.
Oh my
Best circus the world has ever seen. Don't laugh.
That's quite the goal.
Yay! I can't wait!
And I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max. Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous! What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I could say is thank you.
Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you?
I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? We've got to work together to make the Very Big Circus bigger than it's ever been. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Very Big Circus without Regina Berry.
Max? Nick?
Seems like everything is gonna turn out all right here.
I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen.
We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm gonna order special whoopee cushion seats.
Edgeworth. Yesterday's surprise raid, it really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? Dusk?
It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney.
You mean Mr. Wright?
Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back.
Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hey!
Hey!
Oh, for dramatic theater kid.
God, I love playing him. I'm sorry by the way, about the... Oop, hang on.
So, little shout out at the very end there to Dusk and Regina Dusk and Lizzie for talking to themselves for a little bit there.
Yeah.
I haven't done stuff like that in a while.
Yeah, it happens.
Wow.
Shout out to writers.
Yeah.
We have the... Apologies, by the way, that my bird is making noise. I'm in charge of her, so she's in my room, and there's nothing I could really do about it, unfortunately.
I haven't heard anything, really.
I didn't
It
even
is
know.
it is going to show up in the Audacity recording, and hopefully the editor can fix that, but I don't know if that's possible.
I'm sure it'll be
And
fine.
if it helps, I can't hear the bird, so...
Yeah.
Audacity is definitely hearing the bird. I can see the little bird. Yep.
All right. Well, anyway, thanks everybody who came to listen to the stream today. This has been Turnabout Big Top, the third case of the second Ace Attorney game.
Woo!
So the chat is asking what happens to Acro now. Is he going to get the death penalty? Well, it sounds like Edgeworth is going to try and prevent that from happening. That's what I got.
Like, from what I can tell, it's mostly life without parole.
Okay.
That could be it, or maybe like a lesser sentence.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I don't know if Edgeworth was necessarily talking about the outcome of the case. I don't know if we're going to see necessarily a retrial so much as like, oh, the precinct isn't looking too good lately because Franziska's not living up to what she said she would. All right, don't worry, I'm coming back, and I'm going to slay that Phoenix Wright once and for all.
Slay.
We'll see what happens.
Yes, I picked my words very carefully with that.
All right.
You know, there is cases where it's implied that this world has like a death penalty, but I don't know if we're meant to think too hard about that part of the law, because what we're thinking about is protecting the innocent person who is being framed in that moment. And there are some cases in especially later games which do problematize, you know, the justice system in these games quite a bit.
Right.
But I don't think they deal with like the idea of death penalty at all.
Yeah, there's like some cases are implied to, like Manfred von Karma is implied to just straight up have been executed. Like,
And honestly, who wouldn't?
yeah, like the misdirection with Franziska doesn't work if we don't assume that Manfred actually legitimately is dead.
Yeah. Which either he died of losing the case because his pride killed him, which I fully believe happened, or he got a lethal injection, which...
Honestly, yeah, I would not be surprised if Manfred von Karma hanged himself in prison. That's fucked up, but I can absolutely imagine that happening.
He felt the bullet in his shoulder. The bullet was like
Phoenix
starting
killed
to
him.
vibrate and heat up,
Slightly
and
to,
like
an
boom goes through him.
Phoenix
Fucking died.
Phoenix killed him with his words in the courtroom. That last scream in the dialogue was his last words.
Phoenix challenged him to a round of
he
golf
died.
and killed him in golf.
He died in front of
Killed him in
us.
golf.
He died in front of Maya's eyes. Like
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Phoenix is like, I'm sorry, Maya, but I have to literally kill this man right
This is
now.
like the Danganronpa crossover that we're doing with Ace Attorney now.
You also
God.
Syzer hasn't been one yet.
Hasn't
I'm trying to think if you could technically argue that there are separate crimes of attempted murder and manslaughter that actually occurred.
yeah.
We don't really cover those cases. We just do straight up
No.
murder.
Well, yeah, no, I'm talking about Acro.
I think with him, it could be retrialed as a manslaughter case, since
Yeah.
with murder it has to be like intended, and he did not intend
Yeah.
to kill the ringmaster.
Yeah, I could see him like. I mean, at the same time, he did absolutely like kill a man,
Yeah.
and it was, and he did intend to kill somebody.
Yeah.
So,
but
like-
it was not the person he wanted to kill.
Yeah. I mean, Regina could take him back to court, technically.
Yeah, but I don't think she knows
No
how to
idea.
do that.
She's not going to, but yeah.
Look, I don't think this woman even knows how to eat an apple properly. Like,
Okay.
Anyway, I am very excited to be back into the form as Chief Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth.
And
dramatic gay man.
We missed you.
yep.
Welcome back, bro.
All right.
Yes.
We're all. I think we're all getting hyped for the last case here.
Yes.
I know I am.
You can't
Yeah.
you can't just come back through that courtroom door like nothing happened.
Watch
You can't play with my heart like this, Edgeworth. I was getting over you. And now you're back from outer
got a
space.
tombstone for you, motherfucker.
And now
That was
you're back
$800.
from outer space.
Are we gonna add like
I'm disgraced. You don't need to do that much for me.
after this game? Are we gonna add like a sequence of you two just enacting the fan fiction that's forming in your head?
Oh my god.
I
Okay, so
don't.
I was really
Maybe
off
I
with
would
the
take
price
some
of
acting
tombstones.
I don't know. Can we even put that on YouTube?
Yeah, it's true. We definitely would not be able to put that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right.
Unless we get a
God.
license, which is like $7,000.
I don't know if Koko is willing to, but like I'm willing to do this for money. This one I'm not willing to do amateur.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm just thinking of the meme with the two girls who look at who steer daggers at each other, and the next panel is them violently making out.
Violently.
That's true. That's what they're.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I
Anyway.
think this is a good place to end things for now.
Definitely.
If you saw us on Twitch today, please follow. If you saw this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment. We will be back probably next month with more Ace Attorney for you. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Stop.
Yep, stopped my recording as well.